What is going on, YouTube? Yo, soy Arms, and I'm back. Dude, it's hot. My fan's over there. I'm back with another YouTube video. Actually, let me get my fan. Hold up. Okay, I'm back. Back with another YouTube video. Um, really solid day for price action. Actually, the price action reading in my part was there today, and I'm going ahead and discuss everything that I saw today that led up to me taking a trade. Yeah, I think price action today was pretty good in my opinion. Um, let's go ahead and jump into the P&L. As you can see here, we're currently sitting at 240. So we do have I think 8-day win streak now, 7 or 8 day win streak going, which is really cool. All the 5 accounts are pretty much sitting at around 1,500. So we're slowly getting those compound wins, just slowly just stacking them up and building a little buffer. So really good stuff. I'm pretty sure I'm good for a payout, but again, I am gonna be waiting to take a payout for the most part, and I'm just gonna continue trading the way I've been trading, making sure I come into every day grounded, humbled, ready to trade the way I trade. Right, I'm not going to let this green streak influence the way I trade. Right, I coming into the trading day, sit on my desk, open-minded, just price action for that day versus me, right? And then that's it. So yeah, I mean, good stuff. And like seeing this on paper is nice to see, but again, mentally and stuff like that, I'm trying to like stay. I'm not trying to get overconfident and stuff like that, right? I just want to keep trading the way I trade, right? And yeah, so that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's price action. So from when Tuesday started, the Tuesday market opened during overnight session, we pretty much went up, right? We pretty much went up 110 points, as you can see here, leading up to market open, which is this buy side sitting over here. So both ES and NQ pretty much sitting at all-time highs, right? So let me go ahead and play on the 5-minute where what's happening here, right? So we do have a 5-minute for value gap, right? Coming into market open, we do have a 5-minute for value gap, and we're currently in just high premium of this range, right? We're just super high in this range. Let me go ahead and draw this, right? Just on the hourly time frame, as you can see here. In the hourly, we're just so high up in premium. We're basically at the peak of premium, right? So definitely looking for longs here is not going to be the move. I did see some people online or in the trading space take a jab at longs here multiple times or whatever. And I do think, I mean, I honestly just click the 5-minute. Like the 5-minute literally tells you everything. Because I mean, look, we formed an SMT here with ES, or swept the internal liquidity on ES. We wicked out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pretty much 7 times, right? So this is clear indication that price may want to draw toward lower prices, and we're just so high up in deep premium, right? So longs here definitely would have not been the play. Honestly speaking, shorts here to this hourly order block isn't even that bad. I'm gonna be honest. After I see this SMT or internal like turtle soup or whatever, shorts to the downside to this hourly order block is not even a bad trade. I do that. This is a pretty good trade in my opinion. And it ends up playing out, right? And you would actually scored a home run if you actually ended up taking this trade. But again, I wasn't interested in this. I need to see, deeper retracement. In order for me to, take a long, I need to see a better retracement, and stuff like that. So at this point in time, I'm letting the market do its thing. I'm letting price, just build up and then just sweep all of the liquidity it wants to, right? So price is doing its thing on the higher time frame. We do form an SMT with ES, as you can see here. So here's a low on ES. And then here it is on ES as well, right? So we did form in a higher time frame SMT with ES. Now I'm gonna go ahead look at the 1-minute, because the 1-minute is basically where I took my trade. I'm gonna go ahead and reset the replay bar, right? So we have a higher time frame SMT. We swept just a bunch of liquidity, and I'm pretty sure at this point in time we're in discount of the range, right? Let me go ahead and see. Let me draw this range thing. right? So pretty much a discount of their range, as you can see here, of this hourly range. Um, so I'm like, okay, I may be looking for longs. I need to see structure form, right? I need to have a draw of liquidity here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the 1 minute. What am I seeing, right? Um, as of right now, at this point in time where price is, I'm not seeing anything. We do have some sort of structure sitting here now, right? So I'm currently just waiting, letting price do its thing. Um, I see that we have a BPR here, right? So it goes through both of these for value gaps and it pretty much goes through this one right over here as well. So we currently have a BPR sitting right over here. And I'm like, okay, I might be looking for some longs here. Some longs here, this is a good size as well, right? But again, I'm not jumping the gun. I'm waiting for price to do its thing and, wait for a nice closure here. So price is doing its thing. And we actually come back down and form another SMT with ES, right? So here is your SMT with ES. So now we have two SMTs with ES, right? And not only that, I don't count this as an inverse here, as you can see, right? Yes, it did close, but this is the candle that formed the SMT with ES and basically just helped make this move to the upside, right? It helped sponsor this move to the upside. So I'm still seeing this for value gap as proper order flow, right? It helped, as proper order flow. And I'm currently just doing it. I don't know if that's the correct thing to do, but that's currently just how I see it. Just because this candle or this little move right here with ES is what caused the SMT. And we're pretty much, just like, okay, pretty much a fake out of this for value gap here as well, right? Of this inverse for value gap here, right? So this is sitting here and I saw that this SMT is here. I'm like, okay, if we could get a nice push over this inverse for value gap, I'm going to be looking for longs. And you're going to be asking me, where is my draw, right? Well, obviously, like if there's a big retracement, I want to see some structure form. I want to have some sort of break even spot in order, for the trade to be a little bit safer. And so just letting price do its thing. And I'm looking at the 5 minute. I'm like, okay, we do have a untapped 5 minute for value gap resting right above here, right? We do have a 5 minute for value gap resting here. So that's going to be my draw of liquidity, right? That's going to be my draw of liquidity is, price might want to, is just looking at order flow right now, longs to me sound high probability and somewhat safe just because we do have some structure here for break evens as well. So this is what I'm thinking, right? We inverse this and price retraces back to this 5 minute maybe, and then potentially to continue lower, right? Or we retrace back to this 5 minute, close above it, have some sort of retracement back here and then continue higher, right? Right. So that's currently what I'm thinking, right? In terms of possibility, but I do like that we do have a untapped 5 minute for value gap resting above right over here. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and see what price does, right? We like longs look good right here. I have two SMTs. ES is pretty much following the same team. We're in discount of the range, right? So I'm looking, we do get a nice little push up here and we actually inverse this for value gap. We inverse this 1 minute for value gap and I'm like, okay, nice. And I'm looking at the 2 minute here as well. And we have a 2 minute for value gap here as well, right? So this gets closed and I'm like, okay, I'm going to pretty much enter right over here. Well, give me a sec. Okay, so, right. I'm waiting to see what's happening. We do have a nice inverse, pretty much a nice change of state of delivery here as well. Well, it didn't happen yet, right? But on the 1 minute, we did close above this, and I'm looking at the 2 minute, and I'm like, okay, we do have a for value gap here. Maybe a little retracement back into this wouldn't hurt as well, right? So I'm looking at it. Price retraces back into this 2 minute here, taps us in, and we have a nice displacement move to the upside, as you can see here. And we also do have a change of state of delivery here now, which is this big momentum candle here. Hits break even pretty fast as well. And we end up tapping this 5 minute for value gap pretty nicely. I did hold a little bit as well, as you can see. So yeah, this was the trade I took, right? And hopefully it makes sense. It makes sense to me, right? And then ES was on the same wavelength here as well, right? We do have a 1 minute inverse here. We do have pretty much a break of structure here as well. And we do have a 1 minute for value gap here that gets retapped into and then, sponsors the move to the upside, right? So this is the trade I ended up taking. And I mean, it makes sense, right? It's basically the same game plan I've had this entire time throughout like the past couple of weeks where, we take buy side. Okay, I'm waiting for the retracement to happen, wait for some structure to form, wait for, some sort of like wait for price to tell me and like order flow to tell me, we may have a move to the upside to some sort of draw, right? And here my draw is this 5 minute fair value gap. So I take this and yeah, so I take this and we go up to the 5 minute fair value gap, which is nice to see, and that's it, right? I'm done for the day. It was pretty much in little drawdown, maybe like 16 points. Again, just letting price do its thing here, and yeah, and as you can see here, the rest of the day. Let me go ahead and look at the 15 minute. Yeah, the rest of the day we literally were just playing inside this chop, right? As you can see. Let me go ahead and exit replay. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, yeah. So again, out of the two possibilities, the one that retraces back into the 5 minute and then maybe potentially continue lower, that is the one that played out, right? But I mean, essentially for me to hold for my runners, essentially, inverse this 5 minute, have a slight retracement, continue higher, that would have been more ideal for me. But again, I'm taking my piece of the pie and I'm taking what I can get. I saw that I was up basically 240 on the day, and I'm like, okay, I'm done, right? That's it. I got my piece of the pie. I waited long enough, and I executed where I had to, and then that's it. Bada beam, bada boom. So that was it. That was my trade for the day, right? And yeah, I mean, we're gonna see how tomorrow goes. We're currently inside this range. I feel like tomorrow might be a little bit ugly. I don't know if there's news. Let me go ahead and see Forex Factory. Wednesday, FOMC minutes at 11. We'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes. We'll see, right? But tomorrow might be a light size day, just because I'm pretty much good for the week. I'm up for the week. So I kind of just want to protect my profits for the week as we get closer to Friday. And yeah, I mean, that was it. That was the trade I took today. And yep, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching through. I hope this helps some of you guys, or, in terms of, how I saw the price move, in terms of, what I was waiting for and stuff like that. And again, I'm not saying like I'm a professional trader, follow me in how I trade, but I do get some Discord messages that say, like in terms of price reading, and it's just, validation, right? And I think validation of order flow and fair value gaps, and, you have other confluences like SMTs and stuff, and then you strike when you have to. But I really do think a big part of it is just being patient and letting it come to you. Like, stop being so antsy. Stop trying to look for a trade, right? You should let the trade come to you, and you shouldn't be actively looking for a trade, right? When I see this move here and I see this 5 minute getting disrespected, I'm like, okay, well, we may want to see price go lower, and I see this big dump, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna let it happen. And I'm still watching, and I see like I'm looking around like on the higher time frame, and I see this 4 hour for value gap, and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I see a higher time frame SMT. I'm like, okay, we may want to see, us continue higher, and I see, another SMT happen. I see an inverse for value gap here, good in size. I see that retrace back into this 2 minute and then continue higher, right? So I'm seeing, I'm letting price come to me. I'm not actively looking for a trade, right? And I know it's hard. But I really do think that's one of the things, like as a trader, that we should be getting better at. And to this day, like, don't get me wrong, like I've had so many times where I wanted to impulse. I actually wanted to impulse this 5 minute here off of this SMT. But again, I was just sticking to my trading plan, right? I've had the same trading plan for the last couple of weeks. Wait for the retracement to happen, have some structure built, and then look for longs, right? So I was gonna stick to my I made the decision to just stick to my trading plan, and I'm glad I did. Even though this trade would have worked right to this hourly order block, and then this would have been a banger trade. But again, I'm happy that I've been sticking to what, you know, has been working for me so far throughout the past couple of weeks, and you know, I executed when I had to, right? And yeah, so I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.